On this episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast, we talk about the new album from ERRA, Silence Outlives the Earth. Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Bronze Metalist podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
We're two professional broadcasters. We like metal. We like to talk about it. And this week, we're talking about a pretty new album. It came out last month.
Yes.
I think March 6th, something like that. Anyway, the newest album from American progressive metalcore band ERRA. We've talked about before, who I'm a big fan of. I really like their sound, and this is their new thing.
They didn't really switch anything up much for this.
No. I mean, they know who they are.
Yeah, they're like, you like the last one? You like this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
Yeah.
Well, and especially when you are like a band that is so like densely technical.
Right.
I feel like you can get away with making something that sounds similar while still being able to, include lots of new stuff in it.
Right.
Right. Like the boundaries of the style are wider when your style is make some really cool technical riffs.
Yes.
It's harder to get sort of pigeonholed into the same, open tuning, palm mute sort of thing. But yeah, we'll talk more about the album later. How are you?
I'm fantastic. I still have the bronchitis.
You still got the bronchitis. You just took a hit off your inhaler.
I did. I took a hit off my inhaler.
Your inhaler?
Uh-huh.
Your inhaler, you got to make sure to have bullies taken your inhaler at all?
Don't take my inhaler. Give it back.
That always, that's fucked up.
It is fucked up.
Like if you have serious asthma and bullies take your inhaler, they're like threatening you with suffocation.
Yeah, you can suffocate and die.
That should be a big crime, right? Like,
you would think.
That should be a pretty major, a big fucking deal. But in like movies and stuff, it's just a normal bully thing, it seems. I don't know how. I have to assume that happens to some unfortunate kids in real life, but
I'm sure it does.
Yeah, that should be some manner of criminal offense.
Whenever I'm watching a movie or TV show with my youngest child, and like some bullying happens on screen, I must make a weird face. Because he always comes over and just holds my hand for a moment. It's gonna be okay, Dad.
It's all right, Dad. They can't hurt you anymore.
Right, they can't hurt you. And the funny thing is, we went to a taco restaurant today, at Taco Bell, and I went in there and I had his cup, and he's looking the other way, and I put it up next to his face, and then he turned his head and smacked his head right into the cup. He's like, "Why are you bullying me, Dad?"
You're just like them.
Become what you hate.
Oh, the guilt.
Yeah.
The guilt. That's wonderful. Yeah. Doing anything other than coughing?
Other than coughing, not a whole lot. I mean, just been working my nights. Oh, I did a remote today.
Yeah.
To the Minot State University.
And you got some sandwiches.
I did, and you got some sandwiches.
Including some for me.
Yeah.
Well, because you came back on the link and just said ham or turkey.
Yeah.
I didn't know that you were asking me what I wanted on a sandwich. I thought perhaps you were asking me what you should get.
No,
which is why I said both, because I thought it was funny. And then you're like, all right, I'm getting you 2 sandwiches. And I went, okay. Fine.
I'd already eaten. By that time, I'd already eaten my sandwiches.
I won't say no to 2 sandwiches. I've already eaten one of them.
Which one did you hit first?
I had the ham first.
I had the ham first as well.
I didn't necessarily intend to have the ham first because I didn't know which one was which. And I was just like, I'm going to eat both of these.
I don't mind a surprise sandwich.
A surprise sandwich. There are boundaries to what is acceptable for me on a surprise sandwich. It really depends on what you would put in there.
Sardines.
No.
Yeah, no thanks.
I don't want fish on my surprise sandwich.
You know those.
If it's a sub, does anyone put fish on a sub?
Yeah, tuna.
Okay, tuna. Yeah.
You put tuna on. I like a good tuna sub.
A tuna sub. I don't know that I've ever had a tuna sandwich. Honestly, it always it was just always the texture of tuna always looked unappealing to me.
Sure.
And I was like, I just don't even really want to try that.
See, I have a special recipe because a lot of times I'm kind of alone.
Yeah.
So, and I'm usually eating the tuna sandwich alone.
Yeah.
So I have a recipe that involves 3 pieces of bread that are toasted and an entire can of tuna with all sorts of accoutrement in there. It's just
something about spreadable meat doesn't really appeal to me.
So like potted meat is not something you would
like pate, which it for me is that like saying that I don't care for it is like sacrilege in my family.
Really?
A little bit. I don't think I'm the only person that doesn't care for it, but like the making of pate throughout the years has been a big deal because there are the people in my family who like pate really like it.
Is it goose liver or is it?
I don't know what normally goes in it because I don't eat it.
Right.
There part of it is like, oh, that smells nice, but then something about looking at it, I'm like, I don't know. It's probably one of those things where at this point in my life, there's a pretty decent chance I would actually enjoy it. So next time I have an opportunity. Yeah, I think I will try to remember like, oh, you might like this. Give it a shot.
Your family's homemade pate. Try that.
Yeah.
Before you go to the gas station, you get one of those cans of deviled ham. You open them. It's like
I'm not eating any meat from a gas station unless it's jerky.
Oh sure.
Yeah, but that's pre-packed. You know.
Well, this is pre-packaged. It's in a can.
Yeah. I suppose
it's prepackaged in Armor.
I'm not eating any I'm not eating any wet meat from a gas station.
So you would need a hot dog, a gas station hot dog.
Not unless I was starving, I think.
You know, I'm one of those really weird people who looks for the hot dog that's been on that roller all damn day.
Oh, you want the desiccated one.
That's the one I love. All the flavor and texture.
I said I don't want any gas or any wet meat from a gas station, but I have also been on record on this program, I'm sure, saying that when you're hungry, nothing hits better than a ham and turkey sandwich that you get at the gas station.
You're not wrong,
and that feels different to me than wet meat in a can. You know, this is just lunch meat on a bun. That's in a little sealed container.
What kind of
different?
What kind of a band would that be?
Lunch meat on a bun?
Wet meat.
Wet meat? That's absolutely like. There's 2 ways to go with it.
Okay.
Number one is it's one of those ska bands with a crass name that's just a ska band.
Sure.
Like Cherry Poppin' Daddies.
Right.
That sort of thing. That's.
Yeah.
But it's just a ska band. And on the other hand, you have like a porno grind band.
Sure.
Like a really disgusting, really nasty fucking like really absolutely grimy grindcore band of some kind.
That you're always thankful when you're listening to it that you don't know what the lyrics are.
Yeah. Like, I'm really glad I can't understand anything.
So I know he's saying some shit.
It's not going to be appropriate even in any possible way. If this song were released in 1950, these men would be in jail.
Right.
That sort of thing. Those are the only 2 ways it could go. It's either a ska band with a gross name that just makes normal ska, or absolute filth incarnate.
You know, I get to announce the Cherry Poppin' Daddies on the radio a lot.
Really?
Yeah, they played on 99.9. I was on middays over there. And I'm like, can I say this? Okay.
It's just a funny, like,
yeah.
What do they say the name is supposed to mean? Do they?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't. That was before I'd been on the internet.
Because, boy, what it would seem to mean just from a
A colloquial
a colloquial understanding of all those words together is not good.
Yeah, that's
bad.
Yeah,
nasty.
You know, they had those deep fried mini pies at KFC for a while. They were called cherry poppers.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like
what?
Whenever you're looking at like sweet treats and you see a cream pie.
Oh God. Yeah. There was a yogurt, a Yoplait that was Boston cream pie flavored, and I can't remember who I sent it to, but I took a picture of it at the grocery store and I sent it to someone. It's like that reminds me of that time I went to Massachusetts with your mom. Yeah.
In other news,
not gross news.
Yeah, unrelated. Well, I mean, I'll be talking about zombies, I guess, so maybe it's a little gross. I've continued playing my way through the Resident Evil remakes. Mm-hmm. I finished the main story for Resident Evil 2 with Claire and Leon. There's a bunch of bonus modes that are like short little side stories with other characters you bump into. Mm-hmm. The one that the game comes with, because I bought the DLC because it was cheap. The one that the game comes with, and the most famous one is called The Fourth Survivor, which is about Hunk, who that's his code name. He's like an Umbrella corporation, like special forces guy who was sent in to recover this virus from the scientist who has like unleashed it on the city.
Right.
The incident of recovering this virus is what causes the outbreak. Mm-hmm. But everyone else in his squad gets moited, and Hunk is the only survivor. And the idea of the game mode is that you're making your way through the whole police station map, coming up from the sewers into the police station and trying to get out to get to your extraction before the city is nuked. Mm-hmm. And there's tons of zombies everywhere, and I am just too bad at the game. Like, they give you, like, you have a submachine gun, you've got a Desert Eagle, you've got a 9mm pistol, you have a shotgun, you've got tons of ammo, and I'm just so bad at the game. It's crazy watching people, like, do speed runs of that, how much better they are. Like, I get bit by every fucking zombie I encounter. Because also in Resident Evil 2, you can't, like, dodge away or anything like that.
Oh, wow.
So if a zombie, like, lunges at you, because they're like Romero zombies, they move pretty slow.
Gotcha.
But if one lunges, you also don't move very fast in these Resident Evil games, at least. Mm-hmm. So if one lunges at you, what you have to do is do a quick about face and, like, sprint away from the zombie usually towards the camera. You can't just like back up at an adequate speed to avoid it.
Right.
But I never got good at that. So I gave up on trying to beat that mode and moved on to the remake of Resident Evil 3, which does now have a dodge mechanic, at least for Jill. So in Resident Evil 3, the two main characters are Jill and Carlos. Mm-hmm. Jill is like much more agile, and she can dodge from zombies, and if you time it just perfectly, you'll do like a roll, and the zombie will be kind of disoriented for a second, and that's good because also Jill's whole through line involves her being chased by a giant like bioweapon zombie.
Oh, geez.
That you have like numerous boss fights. So the fact that she has a dodge button is great, because if it was like Resident Evil 2, I would be fucking dead. Like, I really struggled with the boss fights in Resident Evil 2. Not because the bosses are complicated, but just because Leon and Claire are so fucking slow.
Why? Why are they so slow?
Because that's just how how Resident Evil kind of does it. They're more slow, generally methodical games. They get kind of faster, but like trying to emulate the style of those earlier games is sort of slower and more methodical.
What console is this on?
I'm playing it on PS5.
Oh, you're playing.
They're available on everything, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, like they're trying to emulate like the earlier games, because 1, 2, and 3 I think all came out between 97 and 99.
Really?
Then there was a bunch of spin-offs. It wasn't until like 2004 that Resident Evil came out. The jump in graphics between Resident Evil 3 and Resident Evil 4 is insane. But yeah, the remakes are trying to emulate that sort of gameplay style. So you don't move very fast.
Well, Resident Evil 3 was a top-down scroller, wasn't it?
No. Not quite that old. But the original 3 games were like their definitive style was when you entered a room, the camera was in a fixed spot up in the corner of that room or whatever, and you navigated the character around that room until you moved into the next one, and the camera didn't follow your character. That's no longer the case with the remakes. The remakes are all kind of built off of the basic gameplay formula of Resident Evil 4, which is considered by a pretty significant amount of critics to be probably one of the best games ever made. So if you're going to emulate that, you might as well. The main difference is that you can shoot while you're moving, which you couldn't do in Resident Evil 4. If you wanted to shoot, you had to stop and plant your feet and aim. The remake of Resident Evil 4, which came out a couple years ago, has the move and shoot mechanic now, but I'm not on that one yet. But Jill has the dodge mechanic. Carlos has a shove, where if a zombie's coming at it, you just like shoulder check the zombie, because Carlos is like this big beefy mercenary with the most beautiful feathery boy band hair. It's like a feathery mop on the top of his head. I don't know how the fuck one could get their hair to look like that. But the male protagonists in the Resident Evil games all have such like interesting distinctive hairstyles, because Leon has had the same like Backstreet Boys haircut since 1998. Like in the newest game that came out a couple months ago, he's supposed to be like 49 years old. He has basically the same haircut he had in 1998.
I mean, the Backstreet Boys are also the same age.
He's been Keith Urbaning it, because Keith Urban's also had the same fuck ass haircut since the 90s.
You know, today it was so windy, and I went in to go buy ice cream. I wanted ice cream on a stick. I was just having, and I'm a grown man, so I can buy what I want.
Yeah.
And I walked into the grocery store, and I walked by something reflective, and I noticed that I looked a little bit like CeCe DeVille from Poison because of the wind.
The way the wind had blown your hair.
Yeah, it was doing one of these. And
interesting.
Yeah,
but
that was fun.
Yeah, I'm liking Resident Evil 3 so far. It is interesting because the ammo economy is very different between 2 and 3. The remake of 2, they're very stingy with the amount of ammo they give you. It's very classic survival horror. You have to be careful with your resources and not do too much shooting. And if you have multiple guns, sort of alternate between the guns so you're not, using all of your ammo in one. And
is there a gun wheel? I haven't played these games.
There's not a wheel. It's sort of a wheel. There's only 4 though. There's only 4 weapon slots. And it's a little bit different in 2 than in 3, because in 3 you have a permanent knife, whereas in 2, knives are a consumable, like breakable thing that you have to find around the map. And if you get grabbed by a zombie, you like stab the knife into their chest, but now the knife is in the chest of that zombie and you can't get it back until you kill them. And then the knife will break after so many times of trying to free yourself. Whereas in Resident Evil 3, you just have a knife and can, use it normally like a knife multiple times.
Right.
So what I will do to try and save ammo, because most of the time, if you shoot a zombie a whole bunch of times in the head, and it will flop over and fall down and seem to be dead. It's not. He's going to get back up. So instead of double tapping it, I'll go over to it with the knife and just slice it a whole bunch of times, and it will usually start trying to get back up in the middle of that procedure. But there's also crates that you can cut open with the knife too for more resources. But there's way more ammo in 3 than there was in 2. But part of that, I think, is just because the gimmick of the game is that Jill is constantly being followed by this giant fucking scary dude. And you have to fight him a bunch, so they're going to give you a whole bunch of ammo.
Sure. And
part of it, I think, is also trying to make, build Jill up as a badass, which she is, because Leon is just he's a cop fresh out of the academy. He's never done anything before. He's never encountered zombies before. Whereas Jill is one of the characters from the first game, she's got military training, she's got special forces training. She was in this like elite SWAT unit, and she was, she's already dealt with zombies before, and now she's trying to get out of the city. She knows her shit, so they make her feel like more of a badass, and then Carlos is like an umbrella mercenary, so he also knows how to deal with it. So the characters feel a little bit more like badass, which is a sort of building thing with the like main through line characters of Resident Evil, because seemingly from everything I've seen from Resident Evil 9 with Leon, he's basically a superhero by Resident Evil 9. Like he's a scared little boy in Resident Evil 2, and he's basically like Vin Diesel from fucking Fast and Furious.
Or what was the other character from like Pitch Black and
Riddick.
Yeah, Riddick. Yeah.
Riddick is, I think, explicitly superhuman.
Yeah.
Whereas, fucking, what's the character from Fast and Furious? What's his name? It's about family. What's his name?
Superman.
I can't. Yeah. Dominic Toretto.
Yes.
Dominic Toretto is basically a superhero, but he's got what's the trope? Charles Atlas superpower.
Sure.
Where he's a normal human that's just at the very peak of physical fitness that allows him to do all this ridiculous bullshit. And a lot of the long running characters of the series have sort of ended up that way, like Chris. I can't remember his Redfield. Chris Redfield is kind of that way. He gets more and more buff every time he appears, which is sort of the same thing that happened with Leon too. They each get progressively more and more ripped, and it's like, you guys are pushing 50. How are you? I guess steroids. You're all like government super agents, so I suppose they give you whatever performance enhancing drugs you want.
I think it'd be hilarious if in Resident Evil 10 they're just a muscle, just yeah.
Leon is just a living bicep.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's that's been fun, and I'll get to the remake of Resident Evil 4 pretty soon, which that's supposed to be excellent. Some people are a little dubious on remakes in general, but apparently the remake of Resident Evil 4 is genuinely quite excellent in its own right, as well as being a pretty faithful reinterpretation of the original game.
Over the weekend, at least I haven't touched it yet. I'm thinking about it. Ready or Not.
Ah.
Yeah, which that looks like a great game.
I thought you were talking about the movie.
No, the video game.
The Samara Weaving movie that now has a new sequel.
No, I've not seen that yet.
Okay.
No, the video game Ready or Not.
Oh, that's the one where you play as like SWAT guys, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah, okay, I know that game. Yeah. I haven't played that game, but it looks very, as a gun nerd, that game appeals to me very much because the guns are all extremely like detailed, and there's a whole like gun range thing, and
yeah.
It's I've watched there's a channel I really love called EXP, which it grew out of there was a series on GameSpot where it was Firearms Expert reacts to guns from this various games, and it's the one of the museum curators at the Royal Armouries in Leeds in the UK. And they did that for a number of years, and then GameSpot laid off the guys who made that series. And so they're like, well, we're going to start our own company, and we're just going to keep making this series with Jonathan and the other people that we've made connections with. And so they've done that, and they have a couple episodes on Ready or Not because the guns are all so detailed.
Yeah.
It looks really neat.
Yeah, and there's some really, really sick stuff in that game.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're playing as if SWAT's getting called.
Yeah.
There's nothing good that's going to be happening there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it seems like it might be something I would enjoy. But
yeah,
I don't know. I've always that's how I felt about Resident Evil for the longest time. I was like, I'd probably like that, but I'm playing other things.
Right.
I'll play that someday. Well, that day is today.
Yes.
Yeah.
I also got the newer Subnautica.
The
winter one. The ice.
One. I never finished that one.
No.
Because there was I was this close to I was very close to finishing it. I got down to one of the last places you got to go to, really deep down there, And then there was on my way out of this facility, there was a glitch that ate my submarine.
Oh.
It didn't get. It wasn't a monster or anything.
It's just a glitch.
There was just a glitch that destroyed my sub, or like my my diving suit, I think. In either case, I was basically left. Either I was stranded down there, or I'd have to load a save from like 2 hours ago.
Oh.
So I kind of rage quit, and I didn't come back to it after that.
That sucks.
I had a really good time with it up till then. But it was. I get to a point with crafting games because you know the kind of person I am. I'm a little too obsessive about certain things, and so with like survival crafting games, they take me a really, really long time because at a certain point the game becomes, I'm going to strip mine this entire map. What if I gathered all the resources? And then I get sick of the game before I finish it because I'm like, I'm bored.
Right.
I want to go do something. It takes a long time for me to get bored doing that.
Yeah, but if you've been there for 12 hours.
Oh, much longer than that.
Much longer than 12 hours?
Usually. I don't know how long I spent in Subnautica 1 just going around to the different parts of the map, mining every single thing. Because it's easier to do that in that game because they give you a gigantic sub that you can then build as many lockers inside of as you can fit.
Sure. Well, you have to build the sub.
Yeah, you have to build the sub. Yeah. They don't give you the sub, but like, the game has it in it, therefore it gives it.
Right.
But like, so I... my goal for the game became I'm going to fill all of these lockers with every resource possible. And I just listened to podcasts for hours and hours and hours and hours just mining. I don't know. I have fun doing that. But so something I wanted to mention when you said Ready or Not. I was like, the Samara Weaving movie? When she was promoting the new one, she was on some like interview podcast or whatever. She's like heavily pregnant, but she mentioned like my uncle, and the interview was
Hugo,
like,
right?
your uncle. I don't know who's your uncle. Like she mentioned something about her uncle, and he's like, oh, is your uncle like a famous actor? And she was like, yeah, he's in your favorite movie. Like what? Yeah. And like the interviewer had no idea what she was talking about, and she went, when you find out it's gonna blow your fucking tits off. I was like, I did not know Samara Weaving was that kind of person. It's the most fucking Australian thing I've ever heard out of this very pretty, very pregnant woman. It's gonna blow your fucking tits off. Like, it caught me so off guard, but it was hilarious.
I would love that if we could put that in a commercial.
It'll blow your fucking tits off. That would be great. The commercial that I did today just before I left work was for a local auto repair place. We're doing like an epic movie trailer.
Right.
I enjoyed doing that. That was fun.
Yeah. That reminds me. Was it yesterday, the day before, you were doing a car commercial, and for some reason my brain looked down and saw like, oh, it's information on a Silverado. Maybe he left this in here as part of it. Cool. And I said cool out loud, and I picked it up. Oh no, this says Silver Alert. I'm glad nobody was behind me thinking I thought Silver Alert is cool.
Oh, cool. Missing old person. The specific Silver Alert that woke up the entire population of North Dakota on Tuesday morning, Monday morning,
Monday morning, yeah,
at 2 a.m,
right.
But I mean, hey, that's how it works. I normally don't hear those because my phone's usually on silent, but because of all the house stuff, I've not had my phone on silent because I'm sometimes expecting calls now.
Right.
Being an adult is stupid.
Oh, it is.
People call me and I have to answer it.
You know what? On my phone right now, if you look at the voicemail, I have 296 voicemails.
Holy shit.
Unheard.
Oh my God. I have to clear them out. I'm not obligated to clear them out. I personally,
Right. No. Yeah.
after a certain point, like I don't let it hit 10.
Yeah, well, I didn't mean to, but it's one of those things where I got so many spam calls
Yeah.
in a row, and it got up to like 90. I'm like, let's see where this goes.
Let's see how high the number can get. For me, it's always fucking like if I am ignoring a call and they leave a voicemail,
Yeah.
it's from the blood donation.
Yeah, about 15% of that.
I need to just answer one time and be like, "Hey, I'll go donate later this year.
Mm-hmm.
Please stop. Take me off your call." Like, I just need to have the confidence one time to ask them to take me off of their calling list, because I never answer. And when they catch me off guard and I do answer, because I'm like, who's this?
Mm-hmm.
And they're, then you talk to a real person and you have to disappoint that real person.
I'm sorry, I'm out.
It's
I don't
all
have any.
guilt. It's all like
Right.
the thing that bothers me about it is they're just guilt tripping you and giving you their blood, and it's important. And I know that. I know blood donations are important, but it just pisses me off and it bothers me.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
So you don't like saving lives then?
no. I think people in hospitals deserve to be there and they should die.
Yeah. I know that's how you feel.
Yeah. No, that's obviously not true.
Mm-hmm.
But like I will probably when we do our blood donation remote,
Mm-hmm.
I will probably donate again this year. I did last year and it was fine. So
Right now somebody's hearing a flat line and a NICU, and it's all your fault.
it's me. It's all my fault.
Yeah.
Because that's my genuine opinion. I really feel that way, and
Yeah.
it definitely wasn't sarcasm and hyperbole.
Hey, ERRA.
ERRA.
Yeah.
So if you don't know about ERRA, ERRA is an American progressive metalcore band from Birmingham, Alabama, or BirmingHAM if you're American.
Well, yeah,
Birmingham.
They are American, so. BirmingHAM. There's actually an extra syllable in there for
They're from Birmingham, Alabama.
Birmingham.
I don't think that's a Birmingham accent. I think that was probably Liverpool.
Yeah, that was
that
Liverpool.
was closer to Liverpool. That was basically a Beatles impression.
You have to do either Barney or Ozzy
Yeah.
to properly affect.
And see, Ozzy, it's hard for me to nail the accent because it's affect rather than accent with Ozzy, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because of a lifetime of
Yeah.
being Ozzy Osbourne.
And I haven't heard Barney Greenway talk enough to have an impression of him. But in any case, yeah, they're from Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes.
And they have been around since 2009. This album in particular is their, God, what album is it? It is album number 7 from them.
Wow.
Yeah, they've been around longer than I thought they were. I knew they started like putting out albums and stuff around 2012.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't realize they had been around since 2009. They were in high school at the time.
Sure.
The only 2 remaining original members of the band are drummer Alex Balu and guitarist / clean vocalist Jesse Cash. They were high school buddies, got together and started a band way back when. But since then, the lineup has changed a fair amount. JT Cavey has been around for a while at this point. And for me, that's like when he joined the band, that's kind of when I really I'd listened to their stuff before he joined. But the period since he joined the band is my favorite of their music.
Your favorite era.
It's my favorite era of their music. But the band currently consists of JT Cavey for lead vocals. Mm-hmm. He does do clean vocals. They tend to be sort of those rough cleans, those kind of really rough, like more melodic vocals. And he tends to do kind of more backing vocals for Jesse when Jesse's doing his clean singing.
Right. Yeah, they have very different voices.
very, very easy to tell the difference between the two of them.
Yes.
But JT Cavey doing lead vocals, Jesse Cash on guitar and clean vocals, Clint Tustin on guitar. This is their second album with him. Connor Hess on bass, and Alex Balu still on drums. The thing I always love about ERRA is their music has such a energy to it. There is a palpable sort of bounce to everything they do that it feels. You get the vibe that they're just having a ton of fun playing the music, even though anytime you watch a guitar playthrough with Jesse or with Clint, they are stone-faced as fuck. There is no emotion on their faces whatsoever. I feel a big part of it is probably just because they're concentrating.
Well, yeah, of course.
Because this is not easy music to play. And the sheer amount of tapping that is involved in their music, I think, requires quite a lot of concentration.
Yeah.
At least during the more technical part. Like, during choruses and stuff, I'm sure it's a bit easier. You can have a little bit more fun. I mean, Jesse has to sing also, so when you have to sing, there is an upper limit to how complicated you can make the guitars. When you are also playing, but like every guitar playthrough I've seen with either of them on camera, they are concentrating.
Well, you'd have to.
Yeah. Well, and especially like when you're playing something like this and you have like a lead vocalist who is just a vocalist, they can be your hype guy. Right. They can be the person who is keeping the energy up with the crowd and whatnot. But I was thinking about this earlier today, where like I don't think he is by any means the best like screaming vocalist in the business, but JT Cavey might be my favorite.
Really?
Like I think there are others in metalcore and beyond who are more technically proficient, have more range, and can do crazy wild stuff with their voices. Like obviously, you've got the guy from Lorna Shore and Ben Dewar from Shadow of Intent. Like you get into the really technical like deathcore vocalists.
Why am I forgetting the Lorna Shore guy's name?
Yeah, I can't remember his name either. That's why I just said the guy from Lorna Shore. But like those guys, extremely technically proficient, but there is just a certain quality to JT's voice that it just hits right in a sweet spot for me. He's got this really like sort of guttural quality to all of his screamed vocals, regardless of pitch. That I don't know. I really like it. Maybe it's just something about the way they record him, but like it's like you can hear the individual vibrations of his vocal cords. It's very, I mean, it makes it sound gross, but it's very wet.
It's wet meat.
Yeah, it's like there's a sort of visceral and guttural quality to them, even when he is doing something that is more mid-pitched. And there's an energy to it too. Like there's so much energy to all of their music that I always, whenever it's a more up-tempo song, like I'm kind of bouncing around in my seat. I'm moving my shoulders a little bit, like I'm a grandma dancing or something.
That is what he looks like right now. Just so you know.
Yeah, there's something to it, and then there's the quieter moments too that are more atmospheric as well, that they always put in there. It's our favorite word.
Dynamic.
I love their dynamic. This album really hit for me. I've been listening to it a lot since it came out. I feel like it's kind of every other album with ERRA really hits for me. And then the ones in between, I'm like, that's good, but it didn't really grab me. I'm like, oh, it's it's more ERRA. It sounds like them, and this is good. It sounds good. It's technically well produced and everything. But like the previous album didn't really hit for me and grab me in the way that this album has. And I don't know what the difference is. I don't know why that is.
This is a very emotional album.
Yeah, it is. There's the quieter moments definitely lean more into the emotive quality of things. I felt like that was a nothing sentence.
Yeah, it was.
That meant nothing at all. But yeah, like when the when they're taking a break from shredding your nuts off.
Yeah.
They definitely leave plenty of space for some feelings.
That's why it's kind of a toss-up between what my favorite song is on this.
You've got one that's like a heavy technical track, and then one that's a soft and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely feel that. I definitely. It's for me. It was a little bit of a struggle, like picking which one is going to be my favorite. I did settle on one, but we'll get to that in a little bit. What's your not your favorite song? Not yet, because we need to figure out if this album slaps.
Yeah, it slaps.
Absolutely, 100%. It slaps a lot.
I'm missing teeth.
You're missing teeth?
Yeah, this album slapped
because
too
it
hard.
slapped you too hard
Yeah.
and knocked your teeth out. That's a hell of a slap if it knocked your teeth out.
It is.
All right. Out of 5 reviews, 83%. Pretty good score.
Yeah.
What is your favorite song?
Like I said, it's between either Gore of Being,
Yeah.
but that one, or Black Cloud. I really like
Black
the
Cloud. Yeah, those two. Like I'm 100% with you on that. Those are my two favorite tracks on the album. They're right next to each other.
Yeah.
And Gore of Being also ends kind of quiet.
Yeah.
As well. They have like one of the things ERRA does better than almost any other metalcore band is build up to absolutely fucking titanic gent breakdowns.
Yeah.
Like they really have it down to a science of like how to build up tension for a breakdown that is going to get someone hurt. Someone is going to get hurt at this show while they're moshing to this breakdown. And Gore of Being has probably the biggest one on the album.
Yeah.
And then Black Cloud is a much softer, very Jesse heavy song.
Very sad.
Very sad, yeah. And I really like that song as well. They do a thing that I feel like has kind of been a trend in a number of albums, which is the last 3 songs are a trilogy.
Yes. A 1, 2, and 3.
The Many Names of God, In the Gut of the Wolf, and Twilight, and the Reflection of the spot. My phone's not big enough. Twilight and the Reflection of Dreams. 3 songs, sort of part of a trilogy. That also end. That last song is also another softer, more Jesse heavy track. The first 2 songs are very, very heavy.
Holy shit!
Extremely heavy.
Yeah.
JT's doing the hard work there with his vocals and definitely some. I think he goes pretty goddamn low and growly at points on there as well, which I really dig. I really dig that
Elements
trilogy.
of God and Satan in there.
For sure. But yeah, I really, really like this album. I think this is a fantastic album. I still think their self-titled album might be their best. It's still my favorite of theirs, but this is, I think, coming up behind it. I think it's beat Drift at this point. For the longest time, Drift and their self-titled is like those two. But I think this is sort of bumped Drift down to number 3 for me in my favorite ERRA albums.
All right.
What metal do you bestow upon this? Like Maz Kanata to Chewbacca?
I think it goes right over the border into gold. I think.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I think this ends up being a gold for me as well. As a whale. What do you want to talk about next week?
Well, I had an idea when I walked into your home today. What I wanted to bring, and then a name was said by me, and then by you, and then I remembered. Oh fuck yeah! I want to talk about that Savage Imperial Death March.
By whom?
Melvins and Napalm Death.
Oh boy, a collab album.
A collab album
between Melvins and Napalm Death.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah, I've heard some of it. I'm like, I got to bring this to the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued. That's gonna be fucking neat.
Yeah.
All right. Savage Imperial Death March was the name of the album. Okay. Hell yeah. Next week. That's what we will be talking about. Until then, why don't you go ahead and subscribe to our feed on whatever podcast service you're using to listen. And thank you very much for listening to another episode of the Bronze Metalist Podcast. I'm Kale.
I'm OJ.
Congratulations. Jones Barbecue Foot Massage. Jones Barbecue Foot Massage. All right. That's the thing.
God, I haven't been in for a pedo in a long time.
It's not. You shouldn't say it like that. You shouldn't say it like that.
I'm here for a pedo?
You should say it different.
It's
pedo.
Pedo.